Welcome, 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 everyone. Our team, friends, customers, family, everyone was welcome on this call. So before we get started, I just want to do a couple of housekeeping rules. I'm going to keep everybody muted. Please use the chat to chime in with us. We want you to be interactive. I'm wearing shades because our future is so bright, right? It's our dream board session tonight. My name is Susie Chiquino. For those of you who don't know me, welcome to our Dream Board Session 2022. So excited to have you guys all here with us. I know you guys are super excited to also get on another call that's right after this. So we're going to do a dead stop at 8:29 so that you can all get on the other call. For those of you who don't have the link, I will put it in the chat. So we're going to get started, and my dear friend Raina Galloway is going to get us started with intention, getting started for our dream board session. Raina, take it away.
I'm so pumped. I'm excited. I'm excited for the energy of all. Do you guys feel it? Like a new year. We had a team call this morning with my team, and I was just like, there's something about a new year. Now, I don't make New Year's resolutions, right? I don't know if you saw my status, those of you that follow me on Facebook, but I don't make resolutions, right? I claim this time as I claim any other time, where it's a new week, a new month, a new day, a new moment. You can choose that in any moment. That's what I love so much about all this leadership that we get to do together. So first, Susie, Farah, Danielle, and I put this together for you guys so that we could really come together and get crystal clear on what we want to create. And you guys feel free to start putting your stuff together as we're talking and sharing and chatting. Like, you go at it. It's all good. Cut out your stuff, get your boards ready. And we're going to walk you through some of the process and just some of the things that I find fascinating about vision boards. So I'm just going to take a minute here to get us all grounded. Let me start with, I have my original vision board from when I was 24. I am 42. So let me pull it out for you. It's quite danky. Some of you have seen this before, okay? This made its way back to me. So after my ex-husband and I got divorced, my daughter was just not even right? And my daughter said to me not very long ago, she said, "Mom, there's something under the air conditioning unit that I think's yours at Daddy's house." And I'm like, "Well, what is that?" She's like, "I don't know. There's pictures on it. It looks like a baby. Like, what is?" I said, "I don't know, but get it and bring it home." I knew it was my vision board, right? So I just want to show you the power of this, and then I'm going to back it up with some context around why this works, okay? So have you guys watched The Secret? If you haven't, put that on your list of things to watch. I don't know if it's on Netflix, Prime, Google it, do so, you can find it, right? thesecrettv.net or something, you'll find it, The Secret, okay? It's all about mindset, intention, and how the mind and what you believe you will receive, right? So here is my vision board from when I was 24, the very first vision board I ever did. Some of you will laugh at some of the things on here, you'll get it. But I want to show you two things in particular. One is the home that's here. Guys, my home down to the color minus the porch is exactly what this is right now. And I have a turret that's a little taller than this. I'll show you a picture. Now look at this. It's a man and a wife, and it's a boy and a girl, right? That's what I ended up with. I did not have Angelina at the time when I did this. And then look at this craziness. Does anyone know where this is? Some of you earned this trip with me. It was in Hawaii, and it's at the Four Seasons. This is the exact picture that Isagenix, I wasn't even with Isagenix at the time. Isagenix sent this out for a Global Top Achievers in Hawaii. This actual picture was on that. I knew it was like meant for me to earn when I saw that. Ended up earning that trip, right? There's so many things in here. Intention. Look at this old school. Can you die? This will date all of it, right? All of the stuff that's on here. I know. But I had to show you, right? How many of you have made a vision board before or dream board before? Steve Harvey says, you guys know who Steve Harvey is. He says that he's never met a successful person without one in his circle. And one of the quotes that I shared on my team call this morning, I want to share with all of you, because you're all my team, is, "You have not because you ask not." And I'm going to go one further than that. You have not because you ask not with clarity, with what you really want. So I'm going to tie that board into the visualization piece. That's so important. Take the time every single day after you create, after you cut these pictures out. I want you to feel what it feels like to have it, to own it, to stare it in the face, to sit on the vacation, to be in the house, to sit by the new pool, to go to that place that you want to go. Where is it? What hotel are you staying at? What do the mountains look like? What does it smell like when you sit on the beach? Right? And feel that like in your soul, in your bones. Guys, I visualized this house I'm sitting in like before I even knew it existed, and what it would feel like to see my kids playing in the backyard. What would it feel like to be like in the kitchen and seeing them playing in the backyard and running around to the pool with them? And I like would sit there and think about it and visualize it and smile, you know? Right? Your brain doesn't know the difference, whether it's actually happening in physicality or in spirituality or visualization. Got it? Expect it. Can you guys expect when you're cutting these things out, it's with intention. This is not an exercise in arts and crafts. Okay, intention. When you're cutting that picture out of your lake house, Deanne, or whatever it is, your travel, Susan, all of these things, when you're cutting them out, it's not just the cutout, right? Think about it, feel it as you're cutting it out. That's the exercise. And I'm also going to offer you one more thing before I throw it over to, I think, Farah or Susie or whoever is going to jump in, is what comes up for you in the process. So in the process, and I loved this, Deanne and I spoke about this, and it was, you know, when you're cutting out that big lake house, you're like, lake house, Google lake house, best lake houses in America, right? All the things. And you see them and they all pop up and like, whoa, like, whoa, that is 10 million. I don't know, like, right? Are there stories that come up around the abundance that you could have, that you can create, right? We get to just have that energy, and we get to acknowledge it and then go, I do not receive that. That's what I do. That's my little, I do not receive that. When there's ever a scarcity that creeps in, right? I go abundance, abundance, abundance. I replace it with, I deserve that. My family deserves that. I'm creating abundance in my life. I feel what it feels like to have abundance. So I want you guys to affirm this with me now. I now create my own life the way I want it. That's one of my affirmations for 2022. I now create my own life the way I want it. Chant it, sing it, dance it, whatever you want to do as you're cutting out your pictures. You're the author, right? You have not because you ask not. This is your opportunity to ask. For me, it's God. For you, it might be the universe, whoever it is. It's you, it's your create, whatever it is for you, right? Ask with clarity. Ask with like that like you can feel it. Yes, I love seeing it in the chat. I now create my own life the way I want it. You got to feel this, guys, that you deserve it. My family deserves all of those things that I'm creating, right? That drives me. That's the trunk of my strong tree that I lay into the ground today, that you lay those roots into the ground today, so that tomorrow, a month from now, 3 months from now, you're going to show up again because those roots are so strongly planted and grounded. That's your vision. You know what keeps those roots strong? The visualization every single day. I'm going to post for you guys a link in here. It's Steve Harvey. You guys have heard me say this morning, some of you, but it's Steve Harvey Ask 300. It does an Ask 300 list. This is going to also help you. I love it. Some of you have maybe seen it already, but I'll post it in there. And it's a really great exercise after you're done with your vision boards to be able to clarify a lot of those things that you really want, but you've got to ask for 300 things. And it has you realize, wow, I can come up with 30, 40, maybe even 50 pretty quick. Then I got to stretch. And I've got to go big, and I've got to get detailed. And it's so super cool. So I'm going to encourage you today, as you hear everybody else share, to go big. You've got the vehicle here. Some of you are joining us maybe from outside of what we use as our vehicle, Isagenix, to create income. I don't know a better way. You've got the vehicle to create the income that can match the big lake house on the water, the freedom of choices, right? For me, it's the private flights to be able to go visit my friends in California for lunch if I want to, right? All those things. You deserve it. You've got to believe it. Ask, believe, receive. right? One of those principles of The Secret. So I now create my own life the way I want it. I am so excited to be here with you guys. 2022, this is like such an incredible way to kick it off, going to kick off, right? Some of you watching virtually with me on Arizona coming up in a few days, right? How many of you are going or watching virtually? You all get to be raising your hands right now, all right? Because that's your vehicle, that's your vehicle. And we're gonna be like really in the momentum every single day. Ground those roots, right? Get them planted today, real crystal clear. All right, I'm gonna throw it to who, Susie? My Farah. All right, so my beautiful Farah. Do you guys know Farah, how incredibly amazing she is? She's sitting in front of her dream board that I love, right? It's all about visualization with Farah. It's all about dreaming and intention and expectation and setting that all the time. It's the way we speak. It's our speak to each other. So I love her so much because we can dream that big together. It's what I love about this community is if I call any one of you, like, I'm gonna create that private plane flight 3, 5, 10 times a year, you'd be like, you go do that, Raina. Yes, you can. Right? It's such a beautiful way. That's my Farah for me. I know I can say all those things to her and she will always lift me up. So go, girl. I know you have a lot of stuff to share that you created on your dream board.
I love you, Raina. Thank you so much. It's so amazing to just realize all the things that you have created in the past 20 years of doing vision boards. I thank you, everybody, to be joining us here on what day is today? Sunday. I feel like it's Monday, but it's Sunday. Thank you, Susie and Danielle, for being here with us. It's been such an amazing journey, this 2021. I am so grateful for everything that has transpired in this year. And that's where we get started with being grateful with what you already have. And if you don't have it, be grateful for that. Again, how many times it takes you to get it, just act like you're getting it already. I want to share some things, but first, one of the things that have worked for me, I've been with Isagenix for 10 years. 10 years, that's like a long time. Like my son is 11, so it's been 10 years. That's like, wow. But I started doing vision boards without noticing that they were actually vision boards on my notebooks. I had journals, notebooks, my planners. I would always put little pictures of places that I wanted to be, parties that I wanted to go. When I was in college, the party that I wanted to go, the Miami party that I wanted to be at, the New Year's. That's how it started, really dreaming and realizing that whatever your intention, whatever your focus, your intention, you're going to make it happen for sure. And you got to believe that's going to happen. I never doubted, or the little things that I have created in my life, I never doubted them. Even attracting my husband, attracting my family, attracting, my future dream home that's going to be coming soon, and attracting all the trips that I've gone. Even I didn't pull out my vision board from 2018. It's in my laundry, but it's a little messy. But I was showing it on a video the other day on Facebook, and I just recently went to Peru after being wanting to be there with my family. Santiago usually goes every year, but because of COVID and everything, we didn't get to travel to Peru. But I had my vision board that we were sliding on dunes in a city that I used to go to when I was little, and I envisioned my family being there. And the best part of all is that I envisioned it where I had income producing company that I was going to be on vacation while I was creating money while on vacation. So this year I got to make that happen, and it was so exciting because I never gave up on that dream of taking my family to Peru while making money, while growing a business, right? Because it's fun to go on vacations and then you have to come back and pay that credit card off, whatever, but it's so amazing when you go on vacation, you don't have that worry like, oh my God, I have to pay this bill now, because thanks to this amazing vehicle that we have, we got to pay those vacations. So if for you, vacations is something that you envision, be sure to write and affirm what you want to create, believing that you're going to happen. And like Raina said, seeing it, feeling it, how you're going to create that. So one of the things that have helped me in the process of creating my dreams and manifesting the life I want, and I'm still in the process of creating the life I want, right? Every year I have different goals with my family. I ask my kids, what do they want? Santiago, little Tiago was telling me today, Mommy, you have to put the Disney cruise again. When can we go again? He remembers that for my 40th birthday, we went there. He was only a year old. I'm sure he doesn't really remember, but he's seen the pictures, but he wants to go again. So now that's going to be my goal. Like at one point to go to the Disney cruise with them again, and hopefully that gets to happen for him. So I want to share something that's very in tune with what we're talking about. And I found, let me close this for you guys. It all starts, like I said before, with intention, right? So affirming this, it's been so important for me too, if you want to attract money and abundance into your life. And I think these were amazing little affirmations that I've used in the past. Those I have used for the past 5 years, which is, I am a money magnet. Like, just believe that. Just feel it in your heart. You are a money magnet. And I want you guys to repeat that in your heart. Say it out loud right now. I attract money and prosperity with ease. And these are things that I write on my journal that I have, my intention book my notebook that I have. Attracting the things I want with ease. The money I spend, this is amazing. The money I spend will always be replaced with more. When you say this and you start understanding that vision that you create where you are spending money, right? But you're replacing it with more, it gives such peace to your heart that, in that scarcity mindset that we may have. Be careful, Tiago. I'm going to help you. He's opening a bar with a sister. I got it for you, my little boy. They're sneaking for bars here while I'm doing this call. Here, mi amor. There you go. Just knowing that you're gonna spend and replace that whatever you spend on, and you're gonna get more income in. This is an amazing affirmation. The money I spend will always be replaced with more. I place no limits on the amount of money I can make. Remember, it's funny when we say how much money you can make. You want to make this year, and you put a limit to it. I want to make 5K. Like, dream big and have that be your long-term goal, because of course tomorrow you're not going to make $1 million. That's your goal, maybe, but a long-term goal. But don't limit yourself. If you want to create what you want to create, it's your dream, and nobody can tell you, like you won't be able to do it. But you got to believe it. And like Reina was saying, when you put that negative thought, then you're attracting that. So just be sure that when you're affirming things, you believe them, you meditate. And this is going to be a process of believing what you can create. Okay. It's not going to come like from day to night. It's going to be work in progress of the way you're going to attract and manifest your life. Money flows easily to me. I've been saying this for the past 10 years. It's so amazing, right now. Money flows easily to me. Money flows to me from multiple sources. Money making opportunities always come my way. My bank account never stops growing. I attract limitless wealth. My income is constantly increasing. I earn tremendous amounts of money doing exactly what I love. And I had my son read this before because he's growing, and I'm like, look, listen, you like this? And I hope you guys are liking these affirmations. You can screenshot them, save them. I'll send you the link, or where I've been getting them for the past years, that I get new ideas every year. And I just really feel that it starts from your mind, and then putting it on your vision board. It's like the action of it. That's the intention too, but it all starts here. So I feel that for vision boards going hand in hand with your journal of the things that you intend to create weekly, daily, monthly, however you want to do it, but be sure you have a journal that you're writing down all the things you want to attract. That pen or pencil that you're doing in your notebook, it really has the connection from your brain to what you want to create. And this is just a reminder. The reminder you're going to have there. I'm going to sit down with Santiago. I had him before, do some images. We're going to, in the habit that we used to do, we sage the area, like all the energy. We put nice and fun music. We start like bringing all this nice and fun music. So we have that happy intention to it. We print out all the things that we want to create next year, as Also, we already did our intentions yesterday, so he wrote his intention, so it goes hand in hand with what we want to create, so we can be reminded of what we want daily. So that's that for you guys. Those are my little tricks and tips of how I do vision boards for the past 10 years that I've been doing them, and it's fun. Make it fun. And then if next year you realize, or you're not getting the goals that you want, don't be discouraged. Okay, just check where you are, believe in that dream, and keep putting action into what you want to create with whatever, whatever you want to create, just put intention and put action. And just believe in yourself. That's, I think, the key part of it all. Believing in yourself, it's just the magic that's going to put the reality on this. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for 2022. I know this year is going to be amazing because it's just a double-digit year. Kisses. Who's next? Susie? Are you next, Susie, or Danielle?
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm going to introduce Susie. Well, everybody knows Susie, but I love the friendship that we've got to grow in this 2021. I can't wait to see you this weekend, next week, to hug you and spend time with you at New Year's kickoff. God willingly, we'll all be there together, and take it on, Susie.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Farah. And I love all of these tips. And you know what? It's so funny you said this, Farah. So about October, I started a journal. I put it right next to my bed. And every night and every morning, I write down 5 or 6 intentions of things that I want in my life, that I want to bring into my life. And every morning and every night, it could be different. It could be the same. But what this does is kind of uses the law of attraction to draw more of what you want in your life. Like vision boards can focus on something specific, like your career, your love life, your upcoming year, or you can just make it something like we say are the intentions of what you want to bring into your life. So this year, funny thing that I did this year, actually it was 2019. We did a vision board party at my home. Most of my team came here and we all cut out magazines. We did all of this stuff. And a friend of mine came over. She brought me a whiteboard, and it's the type of whiteboard that you can stick it to your wall. And I never knew about this before. I actually probably need a new one because it's like I write so much on it, but I have about 100 things written on there. And one of my intentions was to become a millionaire in 2021. And I'll tell you this, in December of 2020, I wasn't sure that that was going to happen because of where I was and, the financial amount that I needed to get there looked like a far reach, but I wrote it down anyway. I wrote down that I was going to be, I'm reading it off my thing, millionaire by 2021. October actually is what I wrote, October 10th. I put 10/10/21. I wrote down that I was going to be a millionaire number 354, which I was 356, very close. I wrote down that I was going to lose 50 pounds, which I'm down 70 by now. I wrote down, there's a bunch of stuff on there that did come true, but every day I would walk by it, not even like really looking at it, but I think something happens when you walk by something every single day. Your mind, your eyes, they absorb it, right? So have something when you're doing this vision board or your intentions, have it where you're looking at it every single day. And for me, writing in the journal was the first thing I was doing when I'm waking up, because I used to check my Facebook, social media, text messages. Now it's no. First thing I do is I say a few things of gratitude, things that I'm grateful for. We're going through some unprecedented times, and we can be angry, we can be hostile, we can be like mad about the things. But if we start our day off like that, our entire day becomes a snowball of that. So if we start intending on good things, whatever a small thing, it doesn't have to be a big thing. Actually, I started something when my father was passing away, and I was thinking to myself, this was 2020, that, you know what, I was so mad at the whole world that he was sick and he was dying. And I bought a jar. And every day I would write one thing that I was grateful for. This is the jar. I still haven't opened it up yet because it's very dear to me and I don't want to get emotional about it. But I just thought to myself, if I could just get through this day, I'm just going to write one thing and just put it in here every single day. And I use colored Post-its, if you guys can see it. Colored Post-its, so it looks colorful, and it's up here by my desk. But this year I decided, and I said this to a few friends of mine today, is I'm going to get a jar, and at the end of the week, every week, it's actually my friend Vanessa was talking about, she sent me a meme about it. Every week I'm going to put one thing that I was grateful for this week. And at the end of the year, next year, December 31st or January 1st, I'm going to open it up and we're going to read it together as friends. So that's something that you guys can also do. Be grateful. Gratitude always brings abundance into your life. So, you know, the more you're grateful for, the more good things will come to you. Having a whiteboard every day with your goals written out, whether it be financial, physical, health, love, family, whatever it is, just write everything down. Why not? I mean, that Steve Harvey video is gold, right? Write 300 things that you want in your life. And he says, when you get to 75, it's going to get hard because you're not used to stretching. You're not used to stretching. So we ask you guys to stretch, open your minds, be grateful, right? And dream big. And when you dream big, dream bigger, double that, double your dream, because you just don't know. And if you don't ask for it, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. It's just going to be something that's impossible. And if you keep saying, I can't do it, well, you're right. You're right. So we ask you to dream bigger. Tonight's the night we're going to get all of this on paper. But guess what? We grow, we evolve, we change, and we're going to continue to keep changing our dream board. It's never going to be the same dream board every single time. So take a look at it, see what you want for your life for today. This is just for today. And then in a year from now, we're going to do this again. I'm going to pass the baton to Danielle.
Can you guys hear me? Okay, Susie, that was so awesome and congratulations. I mean, ISA Millionaire and being so close on your number and just such an inspiration for everyone, not only on the finance, you know, we do talk always, when I was introduced to Isagenix a decade ago, you guys, most of you know my story. I'm not telling it now, but I knew, you know, I needed it physically and financially in such the world's worst way. And look at Susie 10 years later to really and truly crush it, you know, financially and physically, and everybody's journey is different. So Susie, what you have shown us in these past 12 months is nothing shy of extraordinary. And we all are just like celebrating every minute of you, delicious, beautiful girl. So thank you, Farah. Thank you, Raina. I love you, incredible leaders on this team. And thanks everyone for being here. The only thing I want to add just a couple of other things that I think may forward, you know, just without trying to repeat what's been already said. Two of the books this year that really made the biggest impact on me, if you're looking for an Audible or you're looking for something for your reading list, the first one is Michael Singer, The Surrender Experiment. So if you're having kind of trouble year after year setting the goals and creating, you know, these beautiful boards and like there's some stuff that's just not happening for you, I really suggest The Surrender Experiment. That beautiful, incredible book may help you. And then the second book, Michael Singer actually wrote The Untethered Soul, which was the blockbuster, incredible bestseller. Many of you may have read that one, but The Surrender Experiment is literally almost like his autobiography. And on Audible, he reads it to you, which is why I think it's so special. So the other one is called The Soul of Money by Lynn Twist. And if you haven't done Soul of Money, I know when Farah puts up that fabulous slide and you're like, oh, I could Google money affirmations. And that sounds like such a good thing I should be doing. And this year is going to be my year. Like, you really need to be doing the book, The Soul of Money, because there's going to be some things that are going to hit you in that book. And you'll start to understand the energy that you have and the energy around money. And for some people, money is like water and it just flows right into their house and into their life and into their bank account. And for some people, you know, money is just like a really awkward thing. And yeah, so those are the two things I wanted to add as far as that's concerned. I have gotten in the habit on the vision board issue of doing my affirmations the past few years on 18 by 24s in marker. I write about 1-inch letters. I think you could see my new gorgeous progressive glasses. I normally wear my contacts, but I don't have them in right now. So my marker might be a little bit bigger font this year, but I laminate them, you guys, and I've been putting them inside our shower for the past few years. Mark and I, in the home that we're in Naples, in our master, we happen to have kind of a larger, it's not a bathtub shower. It's kind of like one of those, you know, where you kind of step all the way in with the glass door. So we have enough room, and I just put them up, and I literally have like wall space everywhere for this kind of stuff. So the shower thing really works well for me. Very quick story about Mark. Probably 2 years ago, he wrote, I was doing mine with all of my, you know, sentences and all my affirmations. And I looked at his and I was like, what are you doing? And he wrote 4 numbers. And he's like, I want to make this every single week. And I was like, wow, okay. And he laminated it and he put that up next to my affirmations. And then he got really frustrated in 2020 and he ripped it down, and I found it on the top of our closet. And in 2021, most of you know, I've gotten a lot of recognition and we grew our business tremendously. And not only did we hit that number, but we exceeded that number. And that was a week number, and it has a comma in it per week, you know. And so that number, you know, I mean, it's not every week. That's an awesome week for us, but we've had to have a few of those in 2021. So for sure, just staring at that number. And then the only other thing I really wanted to share to kind of forward the conversation from that side is that when Mark and I attended the Dr. Joe Dispenza week-long meditation retreat, you make a mind movie. And mind movie is exactly like what we're doing tonight, but you're making kind of like, just think of like this little Apple movie. You could do it in Apple, what is that called? Like editor, you know, guys know what I mean, where you're just taking different pictures and putting it to the music, right? You're making like a little mind movie. And the reason for that, you guys, and then when you get there and in certain parts of the different week, certain times of the different week, he was like, okay, my movie right now. Because what happens, you guys, is the girls have done such an incredible job of explaining, and this may help you, is that there's the object of the game is to stop using the front of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, because that's your analytical thinking. That's where your excuses are. That's where I can't do it. That's where I have to go to the kids. I don't have time. That's never going to happen. Only rich people live in a house like that. That's the monkey mind all the time, talking, blah, 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 bullshit, right? So what he's trying to get us to do is to be super deep, clear, and very rounded and very open, so that what's in your mind movie is going into your subconscious body, into your soul, into your subconscious, which is why Susie's saying, like, she's walking across the kitchen and glancing over there and she sees that number, right? And so it's not a conscious thing, right? I getting in my shower, I memorize those sentences and affirmations. I have them like memorized straight down the list. Like it's just going in where it's becoming you, right? Part of you. So just to take that into account. And the only other thing I'll give you to sum it up and kind of put the cherry on top and give it back to the girls is, in order to create your 2022 the way you want it to be, each and every one of us, myself very much included, you need a new personality. And it really sounds really weird for me to say, Jen Block, I love you. I had a great time in Mexico. But if you want your goals, like you're going to need a new personality. That personality is not cutting it. And that kind of sounds harsh, right? And she knows I love her. But he does a really good job of explaining to us that your personality creates your personal reality. And if you want your personal reality to be achieving the goals that you have on that board or that paper or those affirmations, then you're going to need a different personality to create the new personal reality. So be okay with letting some stuff go, be okay with shifting, be okay with pivoting, be okay with more boundaries. You know, this is not a life coaching course. Tonight is to dream big, but it's okay to realize and recognize you have to do that stuff. It goes hand in hand. And if you didn't get what you want on last year's vision boards, that's kind of stuff that we have to work on also. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. I love all of you. I'm so grateful for the ability to work anywhere. I have been to spend a week. My dad just got out of the hospital a couple of hours ago. And I know everybody's been dealing with sick and family and kids and and moving and shaking all around. And the fact that we can make this much and my penny is going off all day. This one's enrolled someone, this one made their doubles. It's just like literally I could cry just looking at the notifications, knowing that I can be where I need to be. And we just want that for all of you in the world's worst way. So I'm throwing it back to whoever is going again. Love you guys.
Sarah, I think you wanted to share.
Yes, thank you so much, Danielle. I love that. And I love exactly what Mary Kate said, new personality to create a new reality. That's just like key for everybody because it's so true. We get to like evolve every year to create and to match what we want, right? We can't be who we were. We want to be different and be attracted in different things. So we get to like upgrade ourselves into our goals, into our dreams. I wanted to add something that I forgot before. Last year I downloaded exactly what Danielle was saying about that mind movie. There is an app that's called Vision Board. And it's a free app. I'm just going to make sure that it's actually called Vision Board. Yeah, Vision Board. So you get to, like I said before, affirm your life, what you want in your life as in present, right? I am attracting prosperity easily and effortlessly. My team grows day by day. Will I create more freedom, etc. Whatever you want to write there, okay? And it also gives you the chance to add pictures of whatever you want, right? Adding pictures, and then you play it, and it goes really, really fast. And you can watch that every morning, and any point that you want before bed, you're watching your movie, and it goes really, really fast. You don't even realize what images are really there, but it's, it programs your reality, right? It programs your reality. And I have so many trips and houses that I want to attract and the cycles that I want to create, all the things that are coming into me. That's one of the apps that are great. And then another one to help you to remind yourself of all the affirmations. Sometimes we run out of affirmations. What else do I say today, right? Like, I don't know, today I'm grateful for everything in my life and all the things that maybe some people need the ideas of what you want to affirm. I can create my own positive energy. So there's this app, it's also free, that's called I Am. And I know many of you have it, but work with that. And you're writing stuff on your phone. Sometimes you're on a call and it pops up a notification with that affirmation. And it's very lovely because maybe you're like pissed off about something or whatever. And it's like, I'm grateful for the things. I'm like, oh. Like it's so amazing because it reminds you and it like aligns you to where you want to be, creating that new personality for your new reality. Okay. Thank you guys.
I love it, Farah. And to share something else to piggyback on you. Something that I did last year, I was going through some tough times, and what I did every single morning was I was listening to guided affirmations every single morning, and my daughter began to recite them as not making fun of me, but she'd be like, I'm thankful for the fruits. I'm thankful for fresh vegetables. I'm thankful for residual income. It really changed my mindset when I was going through hard times, and it got me into a positive mindset. So when you're doing these things, make sure you're in a positive mindset. Clear yourself, take a breath, do like 3 deep breaths through your nose, out through your mouth. That always helps me to clear with my feet grounded on the floor. I think that's always very helpful. And also, drink a nice glass of water. That also grounds me. And the other thing that I wanted to share slipped my mind, so I'll let Raina go.
If you remember, hop back in. I hope you guys have noticed that there's a common thread. You hear the four of us share. I know some of you have such valuable things to share as well as you're like cutting out your pictures and realizing these things. And before we wrap up, I do want to see you all hold up your your boards or whatever your pictures. But the common thread, and I'm just hearing it over and over again, is habit, like the rigor of habit. And we can do this today, and it is so fun, and it's dreaming big, and I love doing this. And in a week from now, when you have your vision board, right, up in your office or where you see it or where you walk past every day or on your refrigerator, or you decide to laminate it and put it in your shower, and all of a sudden there's a thought that creeps in or there's something that happens, I want you to remember whatever you need to do to remember that you deserve it. And maybe it's, well, Danielle, Raina, Susie, and Farah, it's a habit for them, and they're multiple six-figure earners. So you know what? I'm just going to make it happen. You know what? Use my belief if you have to. Use my belief, use my habit, use my rigor. I like such that no one's throwing me off damn course. And I will tell you, even if you get a little bit off course, it's July damn 2nd. You have time to adjust your sails. This is why we do this now. And we have 365 days so that we're not so far off course before we adjust our sails. So you stay connected. That's how you adjust your sails. And you bring yourself back down to earth if you're having a shitty day and you need to get your mind spun out of the well that you've dug yourself in, right? And you're like, hold on a second, got to get on a team call, listen to a podcast, look at my vision board and remember January 2nd and the energy, and let me recreate that, right? I love what Danielle said about the subconscious mind. That's where it's created. It's in the spirit, it's in the heart, right? That's where we create that. Don't you feel, have you ever had a conversation with someone and you're all up in your head and you're like in that part of the brain, it's up here, and you're thinking and you're asking, and what's the next question? And it's like robotic. That's masculine energy, right? And then all of a sudden, there's been a conversation that you've had, and it was like connected and beautiful. And what did Danielle say? Delicious. I love that word. Delicious, right? It was that conversation. And it was it was with ease. My word is flow for this year. That's my word of the year. It's flow. What's yours, right? Write it down, put it on your vision board. What's your word? That happens because you're in your heart. So that sinking down, that groundedness that Susie talks about, I ground myself. If I get into a swirl or a spiral, guys, it happens for me too, where the world is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my gosh, my kids, I could worry all day, right? I literally, this is something I learned from one of my energy healers who I love, one of my mentors. I back myself into the wall and I put my back against the wall. I am safe, right? And it's like whatever your affirmation, it literally, that does it for me like this, right? It's 3 deep breaths, hands on the heart, shift your state, right? And I do it immediately. So here's another common thread. We don't stay in any space that diverts us away from the path for very long. Click, we're back on track. That's it, right? Danielle had to deal with her dad, and we've been praying for him and sending good, healing, incredible energy to him. And all of that, right? But she was able to do that because she put in the deposits into her account, into her vision, into her board, into her everything, into her everyday daily actions, so that when shit like this happens, we can step back and then say, this is where I get to be present and still make money. Guys, there is nothing like that. Put that on your vision board. Being present where I get to be present, wherever that is, for your family when they need you. I just got the chills, so it's true, and I'm adding it to mine. So I love you guys. I want to see your vision boards. I want to make sure that we also have time to just like decompress for a hot minute before Celatois kicks off at 8:30. Let me see some of your stuff. I want to take a picture. I want to post it on social media, hold up any of your pictures that you have. I've been printing mine. So this was my big one that I keep sharing. It's going in the middle of my, board.
Chat. We'd love to hear some of the big goals that you have. Maybe share some of those in the chat for us. We'd love to hear some of those big goals because maybe they'll inspire us. Okay. Mine is to travel more in the next year. Of course, that's something that's, I love traveling and I want to do it while I'm healthy and I'm young, not when I'm retired and can't walk around.
Don't I'm still healthy, girl. Still healthy.
And what? Susie. You'll be able to
Still
walk
healthy
around.
at 100. We
I
might-
know.
I'll be healthy at 100. But anyway,
Right.
and that's another thing too. You know, you can say something out loud, you negate it once, you like cross it off your list. So don't say anything negative about any of your goals. That's the point of this. And Raina, were you going to share something else?
I was just going to say, it reminds me, I saw my daughter, she's an observer, and that's how she learns, right? So as most of our children maybe are. And she started her own vision. She does a vision board. She's 9, right? It's such an incredible way to show your children this energy, right? Of you can actually, right? We say, you can do it, cheerleader, right? Give them the tool of a vision board, of affirming language. They're watching, they're listening. And I took this picture of her doing her vision board, and like, I could cry, and I don't know that had it not been for this industry that, I'd be doing this and spending 8 o'clock on a Sunday night with all of you beautiful people saying that we can create it all, and we can do it all. It's just an amazing message to send down to generations, the next generations, and teaching them that they can create anything, they can do anything, right? If they believe it. So I really wanted to mention that for those of you with children, include them. Include them in all of it.
The kids that are on the screen right now, like Bianca's daughter is there. I see some other children that are there. I'm flipping through the screen. So thank you for having them on here with us. And before we end this call, I want to just say, first of all, thank you to Farah and Raina and Danielle, working together and becoming one big team, really becoming one big team this year. I just feel it so good in my heart, and it just makes me want to cry because it's just something that I've always wanted since day one. It's like having like your sisters, and it truly has made a difference this year in myself. I know that for sure. Bonding, creating, growing, helping each other. And for those of you who were on our 5K to 5 weeks to 5K, I want to just give a big thank you. And Danielle, I want you to jump in on this too. I really want to thank Danielle because she helped me to stretch and grow. We became our own stretch buddies, but last session, we gave everybody stretch buddies. So that was really good. And we would love to hear in the chat some of the feedback about having a stretch buddy. Did you guys push yourselves? Did you guys do more than you would have ever done because you had somebody that was accountable to you and you were accountable to them? How did that work out this week, guys? The 2 weeks you had to help your buddy stretch, or were you, like Danielle would say, were you playing to win? Were you just playing, or were you playing not to lose, or were you not playing at all? How many of you had the opportunity to have the buddy and didn't reach out to them because they didn't reach out to you, right? How we do one thing is how we do everything. So I want you to take that, guys. In this 2022, we're probably going to do another course, right, Danielle? Probably after Lisa's retreat. And any final thoughts, Danielle, for our 5 weeks to 5K participants? Because we had a really nice bunch. It was 111.
We had a great bunch. Yeah. I mean, you can reach out to Susie and I, please. We'd love to just hear and even be able to maybe report next Monday on Lisa's 12:30 call, just a little bit of feedback about those of you who got something out of it. Because again, like, we had fun doing it, but if it's not moving the whole team forward, so we definitely want to hear the feedback. I was just going to ask, for those of you, I think it was about 3 months ago, may have been on a 12:30 call with us with Lisa, and I think we covered Lisa that week, and we were looking at how much income you made in that quarter.